This is Psychochronic, aka Psychorarity here, just chillin', and welcome to another episode of Rarity Talk. What is Rarity Talk, you say? Rarity Talk is my little podcast or vlog or show, whatever you want to call it, that chronicles the Canadian Street Fighter community through my perspective. And here we are with episode 11. 11 episodes as of this point. What are we talking about on episode 11? My history with Tatsunoko versus Capcom. Psychochronic, aka Psychorarity, discusses my history with Tatsunoko versus Capcom 2009 to 2014, 2016, 2019. My history of playing Tatsunoko versus Capcom through various years within a 10-year time span, and its various experiences to me in the fighting game community. The 11th episode of hopefully many, part Canadian history lesson, part time theater, part photo album, speaking about the Canadian Street Fighter community through my perspective. Not including this introduction, there are 7 chapters for me to go through in this episode, so let's get this show on the road. Alright, let's get this show on the road, shall we? Interest and motivation. This game is Kusoge, the slower and more broken fighting games that you play for the love of it, so it's up your alley. A game that's very hard to access in Toronto Street Fighter, as you needed a modded Nintendo Wii for the first release in cross-generation of heroes. The only person in Mississauga to have this is Mtran66, Waterloo player that lived in 2 cities that entered the scene during the latter years of Third Strike. So basically, he entered the scene after the Daigo period, but before Street Fighter 4. And his main game at the time was Third Strike, which was like, alright, cool. For all the years that I wasn't good at Marvel vs. Capcom 2 or any of the Guilty Gear series, as I entered the scene years after the game's release, this was the only game to make up those failures, as it was a Marvel 2 vs. 2 game with Guilty Gear mechanics, Baroque and Mega Crash. So Baroque was basically a Roman cancel, and Mega Crash was Burst. And characters from the Tatsunoko universe: Team Gatchaman, Neo-Human Kashurn, Yatterman, Karas, Gold Lightan, Hurricane Polymer, Gyakuten Ipatsuman, Tekkaman the Space Knight, and Technoman. So basically, I would think about it as the Japanese version of Hanna-Barbera. So Huckleberry Hound, Yogi Bear, Tom and Jerry, the Flintstones, the Jetsons. Basically, a Japanese animation studio. So rather than Marvel Comics, this one was different. Managed to trade in one of my dual modded Tekken 5 anniversary arcade sticks, PlayStation 2 and Dreamcast, for a Nintendo Wii, then just simply buy the game at the nearby EB Games upon release, $55. I already have the converter needed, so PlayStation 2 to GameCube, to use an arcade stick for this console, which I had to dual mod a Street Fighter 4 Standard Edition stick, and I had to pad hack a PlayStation 1 PCB and basically dual mod that. It's like, okay, cool. Along with the Nintendo, the online Nintendo Wi-Fi connection being a free service. So it's like, okay, you already had everything upon you, and to prepare yourself for this game. Alright. Got no choice but to get used to the Nintendo Wi-Fi connection, as there was no viable player base in Toronto, and some of the competition was in Hamilton or Waterloo, and commuting there is almost double the price and triple the weight in comparison to Toronto. So, as I stated in previous episodes of how I had to go to Toronto just for casuals, it would be 3 hours to get to Orbit, or in the case of, let's say, the Street Fighter 4 era, 2 hours to get to Starnet Internet Cafe, and that's 2 fares. And I lived in Northwest Mississauga at the time, so for me to get to Hamilton, I have to go from Northwest to Southwest, which is basically an hour alone within your own city, and then you have to pay, like, I think $12 one way on a GO train to get to Hamilton just to play casuals, and getting home is almost hard enough that I don't want to end up stranded in Hamilton if the last GO train is at like 9 o'clock or something. This was like 2009, 2010. and then having to take the bus all the way from southwest to northwest, which is another hour, then having to physically walk 20 minutes. It's like, you can only go to Toronto. Like that was one of the reasons I couldn't go to Hamilton at the time, because it was just triple the cost and double the commute. I couldn't do it. Well, no, double the price and triple the commute. Sorry. All I wanted in this scene was to get good in fighting games, and this was the only game in the scene that nobody had interest or access, along with having to tolerate the online matchmaking, so this puts me at a great advantage compared to everyone else. So basically, in general, we were entering the Street Fighter 4 era, going into Super Street Fighter 4, and arcades are pretty much dead, so you had to either rely on private house casuals, which was almost impossible to fucking go because it's like, private invite only, or the scene at the time in Toronto, starting at Internet Cafe of, a public place. We just get a little private room in an internet cafe just full of consoles, and that's where we just met up every Thursday. So it's like, well, for this game, I have to tolerate the online, and not many people back then in Street Fighter 4, be it vanilla or super, played online because it was laggy as fuck. We were all used to just playing on the arcades before that. So there you go. 5 minutes. Alright, let's get on to the next chapter of this episode. 2009 Cross Generation of Heroes. January 2009, G3 Evolution Fate Unlimited Codes Appreciation Night. Fate Unlimited Codes Appreciation Night held at Brett Cave, which is my basement where I hosted casuals in collaboration with G3 Evolution. Shoutouts to them and Mississauga Anime Group that existed in the scene for about almost 3.5 years, give or take. And we'd collaborate casuals with each other because the main scene back then was just not welcoming. So, well, we played more game variety in comparison to just Marvel vs. Capcom 2 compared to the main scene. And this is now Street Fighter 4 era getting in there. Originally supposed to be in December on my birthday, but postponed due to 20-centimeter snowfall. The first and only Kusoge tournament in the history of the scene, with Arcana Heart, Tatsunoko vs. Capcom Cross Generation of Heroes, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo HD Remix, and BlazBlue Calamity Trigger on a Taito Type X2 board. So this is months before it came onto PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 being played. Basically a house tournament and all-night casuals until 3 a.m. at my house. This game at the time was roughly 3 to 5 weeks old, so we held a tournament for it. Gurjay, first place. Ryu Morgan of Marvel 2. Dio Brando of BlazBlue Melty Blood. Ryu Alex. Yasunagi of SNK. Chun-Li and Ryu, and Amtran66, who basically was the only person that had the setup and the adapters and all. Karas of Mega Man Volnut. So it's like, alright. January 2009 again. First TvC tournament held at a monthly venue. Final tournament in that era prior to Street Fighter 4 release. So this is the final tournament in this scene before Street Fighter 4 gets released, because I remember they had CVS 2 and Third Strike and Alpha 3 and Super Turbo and Super Turbo HD Remix and Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. So this is your top 6 of the game. Mtran66 over RDK. So basically the guy who is the only person in the entire scene who had the game, and he's facing against RDK, basically, who I view as our version of GX, a Kusoge god. He had Sengoku Basara Cross, he had Mori Motonari unblockables, and Fate Unlimited Codes. He had Gilgamesh full screen instant overhead cross up to Holy Grail setups, and here it's pretty much known after watching Japanese videos that Karas was basically like the top tier of the game, and that motherfucker had unblockables and resets like crazy. Bill 307, one of Canada's top Arcana Heart players. Titan D, a newcomer from Hamilton. Wilson, who happens to be Pokai's brother from CVS 2. And then Gurjay of Marvel 2. And at the time, he was Mississauga's best Street Fighter 4. Going to be Mississauga's best Street Fighter 4 player at the time. So, alright. What do we have here? A playlist. don't know if I can, if you can see it. Can't full screen, but I'll. Is there a way to? There you go. So this is the playlist that Bill.307 managed to, at the time, record. He recorded everything because Hamilton and Waterloo was the only place that you can take Tatsunoko versus Capcom seriously. And, yeah. Just a bunch of... Okay, we'll watch the grand finals. Game 6. And back then...
Tough fight back. Fucking Karate, guy. Nothing you do will stop 2A. Oh my god.
Alright, and yeah. Just let me just straighten this window. Alright. February 2009. Second TvC tournament at the monthly venue. Majority of the TvC player base in the local scene is not Toronto, but Hamilton and Waterloo. And I forgot. First SF4 tournament in the scene. Alright, so let me fix that. Oop. Sorry for not getting my script right. And here is your top 4. Titan D, 730 out of Hamilton, Bill.307 out of Waterloo, and me, Psychochronic, PTX48, and I am using the Giant from Lost Planet, the big robot, the big viral suit that gets killed in the beginning of the first Lost Planet game. And there's another playlist here in case if you wanted to watch that. July 2009, Evolution 2009. My first appearance at EVO and my first US Major, initially supposed to be a 64-man invitational, but relegated to a side tournament of 20-plus entrants. LLND with PTX40A, Royal Flush with Saki and Tekka Man, Yaris with Karas and Ryu. And here is a playlist. No need to straighten out the window if I have to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. And we'll just watch my match. Alright. CGC Gray Fox.
Alright, we got Psychochronic on the left using PTX versus CGC Gray Fox on the right using Ryu and Tekka Man.
Blockable.
Oh, yep, two matches going on now. That's casual.
Unblockable again. Fuck it up. Blow. There we go.
Oh, I don't know. One of us has Here we got Pierre.
Alright, so that's my match against CGC Gray Fox. Do I have an... I think I have 2 more matches. I don't mind showing these 2. I know I lost, but, like... Let's see. Karasa, Yatterman, Saki. Alright, so Karasa had to counter...
Hey, we got Karasa on the left. And, Psychochronic on the right. PTX. Evo singles. Evo 2K9. Royal Flush. Bringing new TvC as usual. US version. No, just kidding. Japanese. Of this match gets to play double drawn.
It's fucking awesome. I'm not gonna lie.
Can you read that? What the fuck? Yeah, I'm talking about that. Blocking the combo. PTX with a dash. There's no escape. PTX with a dash and the grab and the win. And the chainsaw and the victory. Karasa with a retry. This is round 2 of Karasa with Yataman and Saki versus Psychochronic with the PTX. Also alone with PTX. I called him, but he didn't answer. With the revenge and the win with Saki and Yasuko. Round 3 of Barasa and Psychochronic. So far, fair match. Snapback. Psychochronic. Barasa with the full screen. Unblockable. Let's get it. All those guys. We got the corner. Goodness. Whee! Unblockable. Into level 3 damage. Smash out of those grabs. That joystick, pressing buttons. Yep, it's looking pretty damn close. Oh snap. Barasa takes the win.
Got it! That's the juice!
Alright. Hey, one of you guys. Who wants to go next? You or him?
Alright, so that's my time with cross-generation of heroes because I didn't have a modded Nintendo Wii, and it's very hard to get access to this game, so I only had to go through videos. I had to watch Japanese match videos, and I only used PTX 48, and one of the players in Japan that I used to always follow was Hirota, who was their Japanese PTX, and he managed to get third at that year's SBO. So basically, it's like, well, you don't have access to the game, and there's no viable player base in Toronto or Mississauga, and you have to go to Hamilton or Waterloo, and interest of that game is pretty much wilding down because of Street Fighter 4. So it's like, well, you're going on what you know without having access to the game. So, yeah. And that's the end of that chapter, slightly over 18 minutes. Alright, let's continue on with the next chapter of this episode. 2010 to 2011 Ultimate All-Stars First Run. January 2010 to January 2011, Brett Cave 1 Online, account name, Brett. Various online matches, majority ranked matches, recorded at my house, only source of practice as getting to Hamilton, Pones Gaming Center, or Waterloo Casuals is double the price, getting to Toronto along with triple the commute time. Why do we have a video? Because I managed to make a compilation video of every match I ever had online. 4.5 hours, we're not even going to watch all of it. How will this work? That is fuck. Alright, we'll add just this one match. Alright, online thoughts within its 4 years of online existence. Basically, the only way to play and learn the game if you don't have a viable player base within your local scene. So, meaning you have to tolerate the online. Now, I don't have this in my notes, but the Nintendo Wii is wireless. And there's always a rule, even in this current FGC, it's recommended you play wired then wireless. I had the wired, the wired modem, the wired link, and it was even playing on wired was worse than the wireless for some reason. I don't know why, but like, okay, you had no choice but to play and learn the game online. Most players and matchmaking were not done on the main forum of Shoryuken, but the scrubby forum of GameFAQs. Here, I'll even post the link. So basically, if you wanted to get your matches on and people wanted to just talk and troll, you had to go to GameFAQs, and this was the message board. And it's, 761 pages within its now, 10 plus 12 years of existence. And so, yeah, so this is where you had to fucking just matchmake. 4 different types of matchmaking: ranked, player, friend, and rival. So, ranked is ranked matches. Player is just unranked matches. Friend is friend matches where you just enter in their Nintendo Wii code and you add them. Rival matches is basically if when you're done a match, player or ranked, and would you like to add this person as a rival? So it's basically another alternative to friend. So if you have too many people in your friends, you can just add them as rivals. Horrible matchmaking unlike previous Capcom fighters: Super Street Fighter 4, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo HD Remix, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Capcom vs. SNK2 EO, Hyper Street Fighter 2 The Anniversary Edition, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike Capcom Fighting Jam, where you're not given the option to accept or decline challenges, as well as look at player info and statistics, rank, region, win percentage, playstyle beforehand. So it's basically Street Fighter 5 matchmaking if you think about it. Another challenger is coming your way, and then you just see the then you enter character select screen, and then that's it. You couldn't see their statistics, their rank, win percentage, and then the option to decline or not. But back then in original Xbox Live, every match was a ranked match. And HD Remix and Marvel 2 basically had the same netcode and interface, whereas the latter four, CVS 2EO, Hyper, Street Fighter 2, Third Strike, Capcom Fighting Jam, they had the exact same interface, they had the exact same matchmaking, and basically they had the exact same netcode if you think about it. So TvC was pretty worse. Granted that this game is on the Nintendo Wii, this is one of the worst netcodes in all of the Capcom fighting games I've ever played, and I've been playing on the Xbox Live since 2004. Unlike PlayStation Network or Xbox Live, where you can have multiple accounts on the same console, you can only have one account on the Wii. Adding in another account erases the previous account. Alright. The most amount of rage quitters I've ever experienced, along with rage quitter hell not being true. So for those that don't know, rage quitter hell, if you rage quit, you're sent to a lower tier of matchmaking where you're only matched up with other rage quitters. That was not true. Half the online player base played on easy operation, aka Wiimotors or waggle motors, meaning that they're playing with the Wiimote and in some cases the add-on nunchuck, but given access to one-button auto combos, one-button Baroque, one-button Mega Crash, one-button special moves, and one-button super combos. So to demonstrate, let me get my Wiimote right now. Basically, you'd only play on this, or if you had a nunchuck, and basically you had to just basically play like this. So there are only 4 buttons, 1, 2, A, and B, and that's how people played. Directionals are your movement, and then, you just press a button, 1-button auto combo, and then, it's basically like Super Street Fighter 4 on the 3DS easy mode, which is pretty fucking ridiculous. Just back in 2 is a move, forward in 2 is a move, up in 2 is a Shoryuken. Keep mashing 1 is an auto combo, 1 and 2 is Mega Crash. It's fucking stupid as fuck, and it was just ridiculous. I did not like that. This was half of the online player base. People motherfucking played only on the Wiimote. Majority of online players, over 95%, don't travel to offline events due to a younger player base, on top of all discussion on GameFAQs, where the lack of serious competition of actually traveling to events is pretty non-existent. It's also weird that some of these Wiimotors want to be taken seriously. Offline is a privilege that not many TvC players don't get to fully appreciate, but it better represents skill level better than online tactics and input delays on the Wii Wi-Fi ever will. So basically, in the matchmaking, a lot of online warriors that could not go, they wanted their sense of legitimacy, and some players wanted to use the Wiimote only, which is pretty fucking asinine and ridiculous. So it's like, well, back then, it's like you had to show up to the arcades or the fucking, console sessions in your scene in order to fucking level the fuck up. And there's some people that had that geographical disadvantage, or people not having a scene. And it's like they're forced to play online, but at the same time, this is one of the worst netcodes out there. And like, the argument back then is that online warriors did not get any respect, which I can see, but like at the same time, you're relying on lag tactics and all that other bullshit. It's not going to work. It's like, eventually released and later on by SMT DDR via some type of Polaris source code, maybe 2012, where you can find out who's playing the game from your internet browser, along with finding out if various users marked with a red column instead of a white column if they're known rage quitters or cheaters, aka Wiimotors. So you can just basically go onto a website and it just sees who's online at the same time without having to power on your Wii and just wait for matchmaking. You get to see from your browser and who's playing who, which is a very good thing, which is a very good convenience to have. February 2010, Waterloo Fight On, first UAS tournament in the scene and the first and only TvC tournament outside of Hamilton. First place, Bill 307 out of Waterloo. Second, Titan D's. Third, 730. Fourth, Javid. So basically, Waterloo over Hamilton. And there's the playlist recorded by Bill 307 if you wanted to see that shit. You get a drink. April 2010, Starnet Internet Cafe. Only casual sessions in Toronto were done twice at Starnet Internet Cafe on Thursdays for Street Fighter 4 from October 2009 to May 2010. As Toronto in general lacked a viable venue and private house casuals don't count, we had to play in a private console room in an internet cafe with laggy TVs near Ossington Station. The arcade Lovegetty Station was too far north in Richmond Hill, and the only viable public space was too far west in Hamilton Bones Gaming Center. Most Toronto players don't have a vehicle or a reliable rideshare, along with no real reason to leave Toronto just to play casuals. Alright, I have Lovegetty Station listed twice, just let me edit that shit. And who did we play back then? Psychochronic, which is me, Duran Joe and Zero, Neil Russell, who runs Toronto Top Tiers in Zero and Mega Man Volnut, Dave Rowe, who happens to be the rising SF4E Honda, Casher and Ryu, Mr. Trite, who happens to be a rising player from the North End, who used multiple characters in Street Fighter 4, Joe the Condor, Alex, and Dark Death, who happens to be one of Neil Russell's close friends and part of Toronto Top Tiers and a Tekken player, June the Swan and Zero. Why do I have a link? Yes, we're not going to watch the whole thing, but I managed to record some of these casuals. It is pretty laggy. Just watch the first one. This was laggy as fuck.
Facing one guy, carried shit out of the couldn't be done.
I'm so bad at that third strike. I thought I was good, but all I was really trying to do was like wait for a real player, they just stand there and throw me. Stand there and throw me. He was cool. He wasn't a good character, but he had the cool back. He was just cool, man. I was like, I'm not good at this game, so I might as well have fun with it and play the coolest guy in the game. Regardless of being good at that.
Stop recording?
Yes.
Just keep it going.
May 2010, Midwest Championships 2010. First appearance at Midwest Championships, my first non-EVO US major. Made the decision to go to this major over East Coast Round 2, as MTLSF was the Canadian representatives for that major, along with no Toronto players appearing at a Midwest Championship since 2005 in Searoyd. Went with Jet.07, Mihai, and RXS. So Jet.07 was basically who would eventually be the best player in Toronto and basically Ontario in terms of STHD and then eventually ST. Mihai, who happened to be an internet troll who lived in London, and RXS, who basically ran a part of the scene and was also part of Canada Cup Gaming's Toronto division. And we didn't tell anyone to make it a surprise factor. Bracket. Drunk Ninja, my first match against Drunk Ninja, 2-0. My next match against Empty Shiki, 2-1. PJ, 2-0 to qualify for top 8. Eric V, 2-0. Marn lost 2-1. PJ again, but I won 3-2, and then Marn again, but I lost 3-1. And why do I have a playlist? Because I managed to rip out that entire Level Up live stream when they used to stream on Ustream and not just in TV. This was before Twitch. And I managed to salvage everything. And I want to watch just the losers finals. So let's see. Where is it? 77. Right? 77. Watch this 3 out of 5.
First attack. Assist, okay.
always save the second rocket. Rocket for the second version. It's like
Alright.
expect.
I just always beat the team in Super Street Fighter 4. Now I'm back. Psychochronic. The crazy PTX, man. That guy is like I said, he loves to play a weird character. Nobody outside of California, I should say, has the incredibly significant practice against PTX. It's really just LLMD, to my knowledge. So, I mean, how are you going to deal with him? I don't know. Yo, Ibuki's not good. I do have some hauls. Damn. PJ, I would expect to be running a little bit harder right now, like he did versus me. Oh, he's getting grabbed. You want to eat those? Really? It's a free tech. Free tech. I just won a Super Street Fighter 4 match. I'm not sure about Third Strike right now. All I know is that Psychochronic is getting psychotic. There is a trail of salty tears of people being left in the dust. Psychochronic's PTX. It is like a whole gang of salty fools.
I thought I lost 3-2. It's 3. So it's 2-1 at this point.
This is... Wait a minute. Who beat Karasa? Wow! I am really surprised to hear that PJ beat Karasa. I'm flabbergasted. Good lord. I think they're from the same area though, maybe? So maybe they're familiar with each other? Wow, wow. I know Martin is mad right now. He does not want to fight PTX again.
Blockable. Ice count. I respect that. All your
Oh wow. There's that level 3. Level 3's very, very good against the Giants. The damage output is in your favor. You need that. Good lord. His Baroque combos hurt. But has Ryu ever trained against large robots is the question. Oh, he went for the grab after that. That was tricky. Psychorarity got a ton of a life lead. Huge life lead right now. His character has more life. PJ has to do a ton of work to kill this guy. Good Baroque, smart Baroque right there to keep him in the corner. Just sacrifice a little bit of life. What the hell?
That's how I won.
What the hell? He gets hit by fire from like the other side of the screen.
All right, so that's Midwest. I just wanted to show just the losers finals. I know I lost 3. I skipped the gold light tan match, so it's like okay. Results: Marn first, Psychochronic second. So Marn was a SoCal at that point. He did not live in Texas or New York. Me out of Canada. PJ third, Karasa fourth. So third to fifth, PJ, Karasa Pro. They're from the same area. They're from St. Louis. Eric V out of Virginia. Ski Sonic out of Maryland, and Empty Shiki out of somewhere in the Midwest. I'm guessing Chicago, but yeah, that's your top 8. So I remembered I got that. It was the first ever fucking time I ever got second at a major. Like, okay, I've got second at locals before, but this is a major at this point. Come on, it's Midwest. It's 300 people throughout 17 games, and there's Evo seeds on the line. And I remembered I got $60 and I got a brand new TvC Mad Cat stick that I sold for $80. 60 American, and I sold for 80. I sold my price was 60 American, but the stick I sold was 80 Canadian. So it's like okay, and I put all that money towards Evo, which will become the next section of this chapter. So yeah, aftermath had 2 teams. Duranjo and Soki, and Duranjo and Zero, and both Giants, Gold Lights and PTX 48 as my characters. I like to use the weird character. I've had a history of using weird characters. Blackheart in Marvel 2, and Raiden in CVS 2. A lot of salty tears from the Midwest, as I felt like I was the surprise factor of the tournament, as nobody expected this to happen, along with using, at the time, a softband character in PTX 40A, making most of the matches 7-3 in my favor, resulting in counterpicking. So people could not use their real teams against me. You're forced to basically use to counterpick me. People initially thought the results were fake, despite the majority of the Sunday streaming this game. Huge nervousness coming back on the Friday to the Friday Weekly. Back then, TFNS was the new place in Toronto to play, and they played on Fridays rather because we got out of Starnet Internet Cafe, so we didn't play on Thursdays. We needed a bigger place. You know, you had a console room in an internet cafe the size of just an ordinary bedroom, and then we all migrated to some type of warehouse facility. And it's like, okay, we play on Fridays. Huge nervousness coming back on the Friday Weekly after, but finding out in the soon-to-be-dead Saga thread on Shoryuken that nobody cared. Shoutouts to Toronto for some of the props for this accomplishment that nobody thought would happen. So I didn't know. So what? Now people viewing me as a top player? I can't say that. Well, I honestly felt like I surprised a lot of people. Like, okay, and just to let you know, I did get top 8 in HD Remix at Midwest Championships. My first opponent was the guy who eventually won the fucking goddamn tournament. I lost to my own training partner in Jet 07, and that winner had to face Alex Valle. And I had to go through 3 matches and losers, and my top 8 opponent was Damdai. Like, alright. So I think this clearly put a surprise factor, okay, which can be explained more within this chapter. One of the very few moments that I felt like I put Toronto and Canada on the map in the FGC, old classic saying of I want my presence to look like an invasion. First big Toronto statement to the US since EVO East 2007. That was one of the last times Toronto traveled to America for a major. EVO East 2007, and they had seasons beatings, and I want my presence to look like an invasion. They had a seasons beatings later on that year. It's not listed in my notes, but like they had 14 players from Toronto enter third strike, and I think 10 of them made top 16. So that was a fucking invasion. I felt like with that generation out of the way, I can fucking do some damage, and I think I fucking proved it right there. Third Canadian to be EVO seeded, but the first Canadian to go to EVO as a seeded player. Easier bracket rather than skipping pools. And that's Midwest Championships there. June 2010, Montreal Annual Tournament 7. My second appearance in Montreal at the rival major, a small 5-man round robin, all matches 2 out of 3 with team lock. Giants banned and 4 unlockable characters not unlocked. 0 Frank the West, Joe the Condor, Yatterman 2, to be done on the Saturday prior to Super Street Fighter 4 and Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo HD Remix singles. Montreal has a habit of doing their major Friday and Saturday, rather than Saturday, Sunday. So it's like, okay, I showed up to the rival major. They had a TvC set up. I'll run the tournament. Let me get a drink. Alright, your top 5. Harmony, aka Jigs. Karas Ryu, who happens to be the Montreal Balrog. Dave Rowe, the SSF4E Honda, and Kashin Ryu. Me, 3rd, Psychochronic. 4th, Contra from Ottawa. And 5th, 30-Hit Cheeps, aka Wooly, versus before he became a super best friend. So that's your Montreal Annual Tournament 7 results. I wish I could have taped it, but it's all good. If I'm going to run this game at your event, one of the issues in the scene was Giants being banned or not. So the rule eventually became whoever brought equipment and runs the bracket gets final say. My thing is, I didn't bring the equipment, but let me run the bracket. I just want to do just a non-giant round robin. Why the fuck not? Whatever. This took roughly 1 hour to complete. So there you go. July 2010, Evolution 2010. My second appearance at EVO 128-man tournament spread through 4 pools. I'm one of 4 players that's EVO seeded for this game. TvC is a main game and given the 3rd top 8 on Sunday finals. Bracket. KRS Jin, I win 2-0. Wes, I win 2-0. Frankie G, I win 2-0. BB Hood, I win 2-1. And Gustavo, not 801 Strider, I win 2-0. And a little thing about this Gustavo. No, this is not 801 Strider. This Gustavo is from Houston, Texas. And he only mains Gold Lightan. So the story with this guy is I heard about this guy because when they did Super Battle Opera the previous year for Cross Generation of Heroes, Planet Zero in Texas was given Super Battle Opera spots. And 2 of them were given to Planet Zero. One of them was won by Marn, Karas Ryu, and the other was won by Gustavo Gold Lightan. When they went to Super Battle Opera that year, Marn's first opponent was GX, Casher and Roll, and Marn lost. But in the case of Gustavo, I don't know who he played, but he did not lose first round. He made it to the next round, then in the second round he lost. So he did not, get 0-1, unlike other previous foreigners that qualified for Super Battle Opera. So I know I'm going against, a very tough opponent and a giant specialist. So I basically came prepared. Like, I knew who this guy was. And then top 8, I lost to Martin 2-0, and then 2-1, and then I lost to Justin Wong 2-0. And I always have it projected. If you was to beat Justin Wong, your next opponent was Karasa. And then if you were to beat Karasa, you were to face Martin Losers Finals. And then if you were to beat Martin Losers Finals, K-Beast in Grand Finals. What do we have here? I just want to show the match that I qualified for top 8.
Alright, we got Gustavo versus Psychochronic. Gustavo uses Golden Lightan. Brett is using his PTX. Godzilla. Oh, he starts with wow from across the screen. Because he's so big. This is weird. It's like ST, but everyone's been blown up. Now, I've never seen this match before. I don't quite understand. But I imagine at this point, you can't just spam lasers and shit without being punished. Or at least Brett can. He's the only one who can shoot. Gold Lightan has a lot of reach. However, PTX's bullshit combo is just as deadly no matter who you use.
Oh my god. A giant versus giant.
Brett trying to stay away, get in that surprise damage, cancels and manages to trick him. Gold Lightan with the red lead. Gets in a combo, he can do a lot of damage to Brett. Oh wow, that hit him anyway. Very dangerous. Has a lot of red life. He can potentially do a lot of damage. Super. Oh. What? Oh my goodness.
I don't know how I got canceled. I don't know how that got canceled.
I don't understand what just happened either, but
Damn.
Alright, second game. Gustavo versus Psychochronic. Brett is up 1. Opening lasers. Manages to hit at the last second. Brett is in the lead. Tries to drill. Super for punish? No. Manages to get a weird charge again. Fires many lasers. But Gold Light 10 says no. Shoulder charge blocked. What? I think he typed the throw, I'm not sure. Red has the lead in red life. He can do a lot of damage if he survives. Be very careful now. Charges into super.
Really?
What? What happened?
I don't know how that didn't land.
Tries to trick again. Sacrifices all that's left of his red life. Very well played. Very well played.
All right, so that's how I qualified for top 8. Now, I managed years later, way years later, to upload that top 8. However, I'm going to pull a Chris Jericho inside the ropes WrestleMania 18 on this one. It's one of those matches that I felt like I cannot watch back because I felt a little disappointment towards it of my performance, having to have been counterpicked and lose to Double EG and Martin Justin Wong, and which will be in the next section of this chapter, the aftermath of the whole thing. So it was a very hurtful thing. It was just very hurtful. Like I felt like I cannot watch it. So results: Marn out of SoCal. Second, K-Beast from NorCal. Justin Wong from SoCal, well, New York, but he was at SoCal at the time. Karasa from St. Louis. Fifth, Psychochronic from Canada. Fifth again, Royal Flush from SoCal. Ski Sonic from Maryland, and Keats from the Midwest. And I also managed to do the research of the one match away from top 8. Rotanibor from SoCal, Gustavo from Texas, Rai from Virginia, Eric V from Virginia. Alright. The aftermath. Now, this is where the entire story takes a fucking dark turn, and I have to put, a bit of Toronto Street Fighter on little blast on this, because this is where everything goes wrong at this point. Aftermath. July 2010 to January 2011. The first Canadian since David Spence to place top 8 at EVO. Well, in a Street Fighter perspective, there was also a Scarborough player by the name of Sal Nemesis who placed 3rd in Soul Calibur at EVO. First Canadian since David Spence to place top 8 at EVO and play on the Sunday. First Canadian to get the EVO medal introduced in 2010. Done in the time frame of the FGC when the previous generation of the OGs were naturally phasing out and not coming back. Shoutouts to Montreal Street Fighter and Toronto Tekken for some of the props and thanks after top 8 was over. Proved in Toronto Street Fighter and Canada in general that I'm the dark mirror in the scene. Whatever games the community doesn't have main emphasis and relegated as side or dead games, I'm somehow good in those games. Capcom Fighting Jam, Hyper Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo HD Remix, Street Fighter Alpha 3, Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. Alright, this is where everything bad happens at this point. The experience of placing at EVO showing a double-edged sword, as you prove that you can be good at a side game, TvC, but when those exact same side games have main emphasis in the US, you can do damage and bring back results, and not many OGs like this, that this happened, especially to most of those players who were finally phasing out and leaving. The most hurtful experience possible, as I felt like I didn't achieve the level of legitimacy and acceptance within the local scene, as I wasn't part of the clique. The ridiculous OG logic still existed going into 2010. You're not considered a top player if you're only good at a side game but not a main game, along with just because you're dedicated doesn't mean you're appreciated. Now I'm going to say a story, and I've held this on for over 11 years. when Evo was over, the next major was T11, which was done in early September rather than July or August. It was Super Street Fighter 4, and the only other Capcom game aside that was Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. You needed a team for this. It was teams only 3 versus 3. There was no HD remix, and there was no Tatsunoko versus Capcom. I don't feel like running any of these games, and I learned from the year previously that nobody cared about Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. So basically, that game is on. That game's pretty much dead. And then when HD Remix came in, it only had 5 months of life in the scene. Alright. I felt like I personally needed to take a break from the scene. So for me to do this, I need 3 months off. And I just needed to clear my head and think things through. I was already going to school at the time. I was already working part-time. And yes, just to let you know, I actually dated. Alright? So there you go. So I had 3 things. I was dating, and I was going to school, and I was working part-time. So I needed 3 months off. And for me to do this, the first act you got to do is forfeit the remaining scene of Toronto's run that season for Super Street Fighter 4. I just needed time off. The next major I wanted to go to was Seasons Beatings Redemption. So basically, just to make a long story short, I got fucked over, as many people did get fucked over, because one player decided to say he was going and made a commitment, then last minute, like 3 days beforehand, he just decided to basically back out of the trip. And I cannot take, the day off work. I already booked myself into work, and I already had a class to go to, like, the previous day. So I got fucked over Seasons Beatings. Okay. I had a lot of things on my mind. The next, I would say Toronto had a second major at the time, which was called TFNS Stay Free or Step Up. 85-man tournament for Super Street Fighter 4, streamed by Team Spooky, featuring Arturo Sanchez, $500 pop bonus. This is my first appearance in the scene in, 3.5 months. Nobody has saw me. I came in, and there were some people that were actually surprised that I showed up. And people were actually wondering, how come, you haven't been showing up? It was kind of weird because nobody messaged me saying how come I wasn't showing up to events. Like, I just needed a break. And, I felt like because I got fucked over going to a major, it kind of gave me the lesson, do not ask for help in this scene. Because I know what I've experienced before in the OG era. Every time you ask for help, you're either going to get fucked over or you're going to get ignored or bitched at and be viewed as a mooch. So it's like, okay. And I was pretty angry at the time. And now I'm not going to say this person's name, as I explained on episode 2, but this person knows that this, podcast vlog show exists. This person knows what he did was below the fucking belt. I was pretty fucking angry. Haven't I done enough? Am I not allowed to ask for help? Am I not allowed to attend, mid-tier / top-tier casuals? I just want to get better at the game. Yet I always have to travel 2.5 hours, to go to an event. No one wants to help me with rides. I have to rely on Xbox Live. I'm lucky to even get 1 day a week to fucking actually play people. Now, I was told by this individual that I don't need to name the name on how a community never wanted me and that I need to be part of a clique to survive. That was one of the most hurtful things that was ever said to me. And I felt like, just don't sell it. And just don't fucking sell it. And this was said to me the day before my birthday. So I basically learned a lesson on don't go to tournaments on your fucking birthday because, you've had bad experiences in the past. Third time's a fucking charm. What's the worst that can happen? This. I was told on how a community never wanted me. And it really put a lot of things into perspective. And I felt pretty despondent and I felt pretty depressed. And I was lucky to get a ride home from that event. Which goes to the next part of this. I harbored nearly 6 years of frustration and anger due to typical cliquish mentality and player favoritism, along with other scene politics that severely hindered my progress. That this incident triggered my decision to do the Bus Warrior / World Warrior journey. I'm going to travel to as many US majors as possible as the $1 Megabus tickets are real. I get to experience an era of the FGC from start to finish. SF4 era is February 2009 to October 2015, that most people don't. If I can go through 6 years of toxicity, I can make up that loss with 9 years, time and a half of traveling and fully exploring the FGC. Do this long-term project and forge your own legacy of FGC greatness. So after I got dropped off home, midnight happens. It's my birthday. I basically got angry. I fucking pulled a temper tantrum, and I basically was yelling, I was screaming, I was kicking furniture, I was punching pillows. I had tears of anger, and I was basically crying at this point. Like, I did everything a scene could offer. All I've ever asked for is legitimacy and acceptance, and I felt like I couldn't get that too. I felt like I wanted to get that Evo medal. I put it in my hand, and I felt like I wanted to crush it to dust, because it felt like this meant nothing. It's like, I'm gonna show that this scene's past generation, it made the huge mistake of this is what happens when you shun and exclude someone because of typical cliquish mentality and player favoritism. I was very fucking angry, and I felt like this was the straw that broke the camel's back, being told this, and I harbored all that anger from past experiences to the point of I have to do this. Like, there's no point for me to exist in the local scene if you've already did everything and nothing's going to change. I felt like I needed to travel. Like, I think this pretty much sets a chain of events of, like, you're going to have the greatest experience possible and you're going to be the last man standing. You're going to compete. All the years of knowledge that you know, you're going to fucking do it. So, being insulted the day before my birthday and already being shunned and excluded in the scene, yeah, this is what happens. I got viciously angry on my birthday. I turned 25 that day, actually. So, which leads to the next point. With JS Master and STC Scarborough Town Center beginning to phase out, along with GTA SF and the Saga crew, the Saga clique, also in the middle of going through that route, hence the 2-year rule. And yes, there is a rule in this scene. If you are not found in this scene for 2 years, watching the streams don't count, playing online does not count. If you are not found going to events and activities and, entering tournaments, you're fucking retired. That's just the way it is, because the landscape of a scene can change, numbers can dwindle, numbers can rise, new players come in and old players come out. So that past generation of the OGs is phased out. I felt like I was handed the responsibility and burden to pick up where the OGs left off or be viewed as an ungrateful person, as nobody cares about the person who wins then leaves. The only way to do this is constant traveling and playing all the games that I like, finally putting those years of knowledge in the local scene to the test in the US. So yeah, for all the years that I was excluded and not part of the clique and heavily insulted and brushed away, I harbored that anger and I did something positive with it. So if anyone's going to tell me that the FGC consumed and poisoned me, you're telling me that I'm supposed to accept the disrespect, I'm supposed to eat shit and like it, I'm not allowed to do right things, and I'm not allowed to stand up for myself. Fuck you if you're going to think that the FGC consumed and poisoned me. Go fuck yourself on that one. And if some of you are going to think, yo, I'm an evil person, or, this is a revenge narrative, this scene automatically justifies my actions, because my journey, my World Warrior journey, Bus Warrior journey, was partially designed to help out other people get the experience that they want and, help level up in games. Something that the OGs never fucking did. So now you wonder why I have a lot of disdain and, bitterness and pettiness towards the OGs. And I can clearly say that my first 6 years in the fighting game community was very fucking sorrowful. The negatives far outweigh the positives. So now you understand why. It took one insult to trigger these chain of events for the next 9 years. So, there you go. Introduction of Rick here in January 2011 as we played online in TvC's Wi-Fi connection for ranked and friend matches. Messaged me on MSN Messenger for some offline games, then got out to explore and accompanied him to the local FGC for Marvel vs. Capcom 3 after February 2011. Talent recruitment and development is not easy. So this kid Shoutouts to Rick here, aka Blue Shirt, and I'm wearing a blue tank top. He messaged me on MSN Messenger after we played a set online. Yo, let's play some TvC. And I have this video to prove it. This is Rick here's first ever time going out to a session. I'll just play only the first match. So when Rakir entered the scene, TvC was already dead because the storm called Marvel vs. Capcom 3 came in. He already had a PS3, but at the time when he played TvC, when we first met, he played on the Nintendo Wii Classic Controller Pro, and he had a one-button dash. Okay. He eventually learned stick because I had a leftover Tekken 5 anniversary stick for PS2, and he had a PS2 to PS3 converter. So I sold him his first stick. So I accompanied him to his first, batch of tournaments, and he had a fan club because he used to post on GameFAQs at time for TvC. So most of his fan club were all TvC online warriors that cannot fucking travel. So I kind of made the decision, and shoutouts to RDK for this one too. Anyone who has a problem with this kid, we have that kid's back. Like, come on, he's just a little anime kid, a high school kid. He's not gonna cause any fucking trouble. He ain't scummy like the fucking previous generation of other Saga crew idiots. So if anyone's gonna have a fucking problem with him, you're gonna answer to me and RDK. I don't give a fuck. We're gonna help this kid become a top fucking player. So, I think, me helping out online warriors, and help them become top players, something the previous generation never did. So, something good happened out of this situation. This introduced Rakir to the scene. Focused more on other games, Super Street Fighter 4, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, as the only major to play TvC in 2011 was EVO 2011. Only reliable source of competition was Nintendo Wi-Fi connection. So there you have it. That's this chapter of what I went through in 2010 for this game. All you've ever wanted was just to be good. You finally did it, but it was a game nobody cared about, a game nobody had access. It wasn't Super Street Fighter 4. It wasn't enough to get you the acceptance and legitimacy in the scene. You got severely insulted for this placing, and this is what basically triggered the whole World Warrior journey. So yeah, that's the end of that chapter, nearly an hour. All right. Let's get on to the next chapter of this episode. 2012 to 2014 Ultimate All-Stars second run. Second run into Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, as I took a break during majority of 2011, 11 months, due to attending 8 majors in the calendar year, along with the new release in Marvel vs. Capcom 3 being the upcoming main game to be incorporated into the scene. Since Giants got boring and bland, just simply focus on one team, Duranjo and Soki. January 2012 to March 2013, Brett Cave 2 online, and I had 4 accounts. Team Na, Naruhodo, Kazumaru, and Psycave 2. And then when I moved out of central Mississauga into another place to southwest Mississauga, Brett Cave Online 3 and Psycave 3. We don't need to play everything in this playlist, but I'll show you this playlist. This, just like Brett Cave 1, okay, let me just extend. Whoop. There you go. Every match that I've ever hosted, hosted, every match I've ever recorded in Brett Cave 2 and Brett Cave 3. I don't need to play any of these matches. I'll just play one. But yeah, this is how I have to play the game. The scene, Super Street Fighter 4, and then Marvel vs. Capcom 3, then Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo HD Remix was dead, and so Super Turbo was going through its slight revival. I used to stream on Twitch back then, occasionally, and any of these 6 games, along with any of these 6 games were AE 2012, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Street Fighter Cross Tekken, HD Remix, Third Strike Online Edition, and TvC. So basically, any 6 games I could stream. We'll just play this one match. Alright. Civil War. April 2014. Civil War 6. Third appearance in the Virginia Regional in Civil War. My first TvC tournament since EVO 2010, along with the first TvC tournament in the Revival period. #TvC Revival. Hosted by BX Fens. Undefeated in bracket without using a giant free entry tournament with $10 prize. First place me, second BX Fens, third D&D So Free. Yes, we're going to watch the grand finals. decent. I thought he used Joe the Combi lead. GG's. Alright, so he did not use Joe the Condor. Okay, I'll fix that. Alright, and that's Civil War. Next, May 2014 Ultimate Fighting Game Tournament X. Third appearance in Keats' major and Ultimate Fighting Game Tournament. Final UFGT before Combo Breaker. Hosted by Karasa on this Sunday where Giants are banned. Undefeated in bracket again. Sold my TvC setup back home to partially fund this trip as the Nintendo Wi-Fi connection was to be shut down at the end of the month. First, Psychochronic. Second, Dr. Science. Third, Karasa. And we are going to watch the grand finals of this.
Select your heroes.
is the end of this chapter. So this is how the end of the Nintendo Wi-Fi era just, now it's dead. Now it's like, how else are you gonna play this game? Well, I'll explain in the next two chapters. So this chapter went on almost 16 minutes, so that's very good. All right. Let's go on to the next chapter of this episode. 2016 TvC Tokyo Meetup, November 2016. Planning. Meeting the Japanese scene. The spot was at Pasella Resorts Karaoke Bar in Akihabara. 9 people were there total, and there were 3 setups in the room. 1 hooked to the main HDMI linked to the projector, the other 2 being on monitors on a table. One of them was a Wii U gamepad. From 12 p.m. to 5 p.m., 5 hours for 2,500 yen, so nearly $30. Smoking room, free non-alcoholic drinks. Everyone brought equipment, sticks, pads, etc. Japan only runs only sessions if there's interest, like Meetup. It took 2 months of Twitter communication to plan my meeting. Running a tournament seems almost impossible and not needed. US is lucky to have 2 tournaments a year, EVO as a BYOC tournament and Frosty Faustings with main emphasis. Knowing the Japanese scene was pretty easy as they uploaded to Nico, so I ripped it all and uploaded to my YouTube to showcase Japanese TvC UAS. I also watched a bit of footage days before to get an understanding of what I'll be up against, mainly Zero, Frank West, Karas, Chun-Li, Juna Swan, Morgan, and Cashern. What do we have here? A playlist. I don't need to play anything from this playlist, but I uploaded everything years beforehand. So, random Japanese matches: Masa, Uni, Mr. Hat, Kazp777, aka Kazupachi, Tat55, and Yo. So, I already have it on my Psychorarity channel, random batch of Nintendo Wi-Fi collection from 2010 to 2014. And I have everyone's Twitter, because I knew what I was going up against, so I already had them all studied like the day before. Just give me about an hour or so, maybe 2 hours, to just watch just some clips so I know what I'll be up against. Syoryu, Soki, Karas, Chun-Li, Karas, Yo, Ken the Eagle, Tekkaman, Kazp777, June the Swan Morgan, Ice, YRDR, Frank West 0, Nimui Gem, Cashern Ryu, Hone 1, Cashern Ryu, Aqua Knights 0 Ryu, and 0901 486 3025. I forget who he uses, but yeah. So this is your shot to play the Japanese at this point. I'll just show a clip from this. It's a good thing I recorded that fucking session. I recorded this. Almost 3 hours. I'll just show a clip. I just showed that one clip of half a match, but like, hey, this entire session, I put it on. I fucking had to use a digital camera to record, and multiple camera batteries had to be charged. Almost 3 hours, and yep, it's on my YouTube channel. Almost 999 views as of this point. So, Yep, I'm not including Dr. Science, who doesn't count because he used to live in Shinagawa as an English teacher, and he got to play the TvC scene. I am the first foreigner to play against the best of Japan in this game, and this is not cross-generation of heroes. It's Ultimate All-Stars, and this was a fucking honor. Holy fucking shit, the best players in Japan. So, photo album, all right. So I had Kazupachi meet me at Hey Arcade, which is known for 10 yen ST. Please meet me at the 10 yen ST stations, and we met up, had a little bit of chit chat. I had a little bit of broken Japanese, and it's a good thing I had Google Translate. So we walk across the street to Pasella Akihabara Karaoke Bar, and we rent a room to host this casual. There's no way you can have house sessions in Japan because residences are very small and you'll get noise complaints and all that shit. So there you go. TvC. That's Kazupachi, who would later go to Evo, I think 2018, along with Nemui Gem and Hone, and those three got top 8 in when they did TvC side tournament. And Kazupachi had to play K-Beast in the grand finals, and Kazupachi also won Arcana Heart 3 Love Max 6 stars at that year's Evo. So this is pretty good. Yep, we just chilling, playing sessions. We had, non-alcoholic drinks. We had cigarettes. They had various setups. Just going through this photo album. That's me wearing just a mirror selfie. And yes, I'm wearing the Toronto Street Fighter shirt just to show the motherfucking world and Japan's best who the fuck I am and where the fuck I come from. And I have worn that shit, that fucking shirt in 4 countries. 4 fucking countries total. So Canada, USA, Japan, UAE, France. So okay, basically four countries outside of Canada. Just to let you know, a little bit of pride right there, man. It's a small room, just people just playing, just having a fun time. 5-hour casual, cake, a little bread cake. We're just fucking playing casuals, having a great time, and I get to record this shit, and not many people get to fucking, experience that shit. So it's pretty fucking cool to fucking play Japan's best. And then we went out to eat chicken. That's karage chicken, and a boatload of French fries, a boatload of karage chicken, and fried noodles. Fucking amazing. The dinner, someone fucking bodied. We're just, it's a great time to fucking face the best of Japan. I felt like it was a once-in-a-lifetime experience. This is my second Japan trip, and this is one of the reasons why I wanted to do this, because I felt like I still got it in me. Body! Boatload of French fries, boatload of fried noodles, all the chicken karage out of the way. And here we are, just at Akihabara Station. Peace out, yo. Very nice, because I had to go to Tokyo Soul Train in Roppongi Azabu for a fucking R&B funk disco event after this. So it was a pretty busy Saturday that day. So this was pretty fucking cool as fuck. This was a great experience. Analysis spoken in a 2016 perspective. Yes, this is a dead game, but this is the FGC sub-communities. If you want to get good in multiple games, you have to understand, study, and hang out with those respective player bases. This game is branded Kusoge in the Japanese FGC, the slow and broken but super fun at the same time fighting game. Other Japanese Kusoge fighting games include Fate Unlimited Codes, Hokuto no Ken, Sengoku Basara Cross, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and Marvel vs. Capcom 2. This is a very small player base. I'd say 30 to 70 players across Japan, as this is a console-only game on the Wii. Active scene is Tokyo, comprising the most players. Other cities include Fukuoka, Kyoto, Takayama, and Sapporo. The only way to have played this game within the years is online Nintendo Wi-Fi. The network infrastructure and online player base experience severely matter in this situation, which is further explained. US Online is mainly comprised of Rage Quitters and Wiimoters, one-button move combo super, a weak matchmaking service, Rage Quitter hell doesn't exist, and connectivity issues. And when you combine that with the slow netcode with most people using wireless, it's pretty unplayable. Japanese Online doesn't go through that issue as their online infrastructure is godlike. People are within close proximity. They mainly play player-friend matches set up through forums or BBS, no Wiimoters, and only do domestic search. Region Japan. There is very rarely any house sessions due to small Japanese living and noise complaints. You must think outside the box and meet at a place similar to an arcade. Remember that this game is only exclusive on the Wii. Facing the Japanese scene, there were some combos tech I've never seen of. Almost everyone has some type of setup tech execution with their characters. Morgan wave dashing, Joe the Condor, a shuriken loop, June the Swan bomb loop, Batsu air ground switch combo. There you go, wave dashing. Alright. Japan has never seen my Duranjo setup. Duranjo launch into Tanzura grab, ball super, DHC Soki charge to level 3 Oni strike. Everyone fell for it at least twice. They were impressed with that setup as it's guaranteed 32 billion damage, which is the strongest level 1 super in the game, with meaty Duranjo ball hit, safe on block due to Duranjo ball, which is a moving full screen projectile with great chip damage with level 3 Oni strike. Japan is not used to the physics and mechanics of UAS in comparison to its previous version, hence the dropped combos and too many super jumps in the video. They're not used to the physics of the game. So, I understand it. When you watch the video, yeah, there are drop combos. But hey, at least you get to fucking at least record with the best of Japan. So why the fuck not? Skill level wise between US and Japan in this current day and state, I'd say it's pretty even at this point. Japan has their level of setups tech execution while struggling against the game's physics, meaning drop combos and consistent super jumping. US just needs advanced, not basic expert combos. They're too used to the physics but lack character knowledge. The talk of tier list wasn't in the conversation. It's just there is no US tier list until 2018 because nobody can agree on anything. Yes, that was one of the downfalls of the game when 2011 was coming into the horizon. It's hard to fucking host this game at a US major. Giants were always an issue. Stick compatibility, just nobody can agree on anything. So that's how this sub community pretty much died. The Giants was an issue discussed. So I explained the current US standard established in 2014. Whoever brings all the equipment, monitor, console, sticks, adapters, recording devices, etc., and runs the bracket has final say in this whole issue. Tournaments never happened since mid-2011, and this resulted in Civil War 6, UFGT 10, and 2 Frosty Faustings with the Giants banned. Even though Japan tournaments can't be done, they agree with this rule. And that's the end of that chapter. So this chapter pretty much explains me facing against the Japanese and a little comparison between Japanese and the US. And even though that this game has a pretty small player base worldwide, yo man, this is a fucking amazing experience. So I cherished it and appreciated it a lot. And that's the end of that chapter, almost 14 minutes. Alright. We're almost at the end of this episode. Let's get on to the next chapter of this episode. 2019 Frosty Faustings XI, January 2019. Special thanks to Dr. Science, formerly known as Roll Is Your Mother, the TvC figurehead from Chicago who used to live in Japan, involved in its revival process of the scene, along with housing me for this weekend. In my first appearance at Frosty Faustings and first appearance in Chicago and tournament since Ultimate Fighting Game Tournament X, and me getting back into fighting shape for this event. My bracket, 3-0 against Admiral Ants, but I lost 3-0 to Metaternal. this is a run back from UFGT 7. I beat MT Shiki 3-1 to qualify for top 8. And then I beat SKO 3-1. I beat Tronzilla 3-2. And then I lost to the eventual champion. The defending champion, Magnoman X. I lost 3-2. And if I was to beat Magnoman X, Metaternal in Losers Finals. And if I was to beat Metaternal, K-Beast in Grand Finals. So, what do we have here? Yes, we are going to watch my matches in top 8. All of them are 3 out of 5. So, let's start with SKO.
SKO plays a Joe the Condor and Ryu.
Oh, okay.
So he does really good Ryu assists.
I think
just like put stuff on the screen.
Kind of like Frank in that sense. Yeah.
Yeah, very similar to Frank actually.
And then Soki just, you know, from Miyusha. And then here we go. I think they're both trying to fill each other out. I'm not sure if these two have played before.
No, I don't think they've played before. So this was their first time actually fighting against each other.
Here we go. Ooh, good burst. Doronjo being very efficient with the follow-up after the burst.
Really keeping Joe the Condor away, but he can only do so much as throwing horizontal projectiles.
Ooh.
All right, keeping pressure with that shin kick.
They're standing light on Joe. Really good.
Oh, okay.
Is he getting? Oh,
yeah.
very good.
So if you interrupt that minion, that big ball that you see on the screen will not appear. But if you just let him be, then it will. So it's really best to interrupt him. But good thing Soki was blocking that.
Oh, very good crossover counter by SKO. Joe was getting in trouble. All right. Pultzla burst meter and Baroque. Ooh.
So Soki himself, he does really big damage. He is very similar to Alex, yes.
And he has really good range with that poke, as you can see.
Yeah, he has really good range. Ooh. I think his jab is
going for the
farthest
break.
Range. Yeah. Oh, just a chip. Yeah, there you go.
That move does chip. Oh, Psychochronic going for the mix-up there.
Burst that.
Ooh, almost got Doronjo there. For the switch. Oh.
He's getting these jabs in, but then he does a little...
Maybe one too many?
Yeah, maybe one too many to push her far away that he can't convert anything. Oh, and
the tree into the rock drop. Very good move.
So, yeah, Doronjo is a character who just loves to put stuff out there and just finds a way to convert it.
In a sense, you don't want to get too far from Doronjo. She can just keep you in the corner. You know. Here we go. Yeah, he's walking towards her. He knows now.
Walking towards her like, I'm not afraid of you.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
The combo started.
Just gotta be a little more confident into going against her.
Ooh,
otherwise, you can't get in your head.
JB. It's okay. Got some damage. Yeah, Psychochronic doing a very good job of keeping his distance.
Yeah,
and
he's
still,
really good into that.
Yeah, still doing some offense, throwing some rocks, and with the Soki assist.
Ooh. So the rocks seem to be doing a lot of damage right now. It's really getting into Joe the Condor.
Yeah.
But there is a way that you can get in.
There we go. Just gotta be patient. No, wait. Ooh, there we go. Oh, both not sure. Maybe they're not sure. They're just feeling each other out. Oh, very good ground dash there.
Oh, nice. Confirm there. Oh, no. It would be best to Baroque that, no?
Yeah, I think, but there's a certain time if you broke too late, you still won't hit. Soki's coming in. Yeah.
All right, getting that level 1 DHC to protect the minions to send out the big, huge ball.
Good block. That's
and
a
it
lot
does massive amount of chip.
Yes. Ooh, pretty good, pretty good. 4B. Okay, here we go. Their secondary characters on point now. Oh my gosh, the vertical hitbox.
His jab is just so far in range. It's really quick too.
Ooh. There you go, there you go.
Going into some simple stuff.
Psycho wants to keep him in the corner. Very smart.
Yeah, really nice Baroque there.
Oh, Soki doing damage. Ooh. SK doesn't have any
into the minion.
Oh, wait. It's the
big ball.
The Katamari move. Oh, wait. Still a chance.
See, the thing is with those minions, once she calls them out, she cannot call them out for like a certain amount of time, maybe like a second or two. So when they're out, SKO could actually get in, because then Doronjo can't call them again soon after.
And the hard part is, too, even if she gets hit during the calls, they still come out.
Oh,
my God.
bursts and gets hit by a boulder.
Ooh, Roscoe.
Oh!
Oh,
Conversion into
my
the big ball.
Yeah, good switch side chain. But alright, here we go. Yeah, Joe the Counter has to close that gap.
Oh, nice. That was a nice
There we
conversion.
go. There we go. He knows. He has to. So for order for Durandra to call that move, he has to be airborne.
Wow.
So-
All right. He's just calling out these projectiles. I guess this is his best bet to really.
Yeah. Joe the Condor actually does have some good keep away options. He has the shurikens and the.
Oh, nice dodge from that
The
grab.
gunshot.
It doesn't do damage, but it can keep you still.
Yeah, keeps him locked down. Yeah, SKO doing very well here. Now,
All right.
Psychorarity has no more burst. Once he gets in, he might be able to do a combo and
So-
finish Durandra.
Psychochronic figured out, like, hey, I can't be on the floor and I can't be too far off the ground, or too close to the ground. So he's really going up there to avoid Joe the Condor's
Here we
projectiles, but still gets hit into it.
All right.
Really good.
Soki is
Right.
up next.
Ah.
Ooh, I think Psychorarity knew a burst was coming, but good pause on the
It should
burst
be
there.
easier for Soki. I mean, even though he has a really fast jab, he's really easy being opened up. So even if he whiffs or so, it's really easy to punish
Oh,
him.
good tag by SKO there. Wait, here we go.
Oh, nice cross up.
Oh, going for the
Burst
fancy
out.
stuff. He was going for the grounded.
Oh,
Oh no!
I
That may
don't-
have been an error.
that probably was
Yeah.
not intentional.
I think he was trying to call the assist, maybe.
Yeah, so for your assist, you need to be in neutral stance to call your assist. If you just hold back and call your assist, then you're just switching.
There we
Nice
go.
conversion. No,
Ooh,
really
wait.
slow startup.
Here we go.
It's not really safe to just keep Hadouken it.
Ooh. Oh, okay. Very good. Very good. Okay. Ryu has one more burst left.
Oh,
But-
these two. Any combo into bro can kill.
Wait.
Well, he burst though.
Oh, he didn't burst. He drops it. Maybe he knew. It was very good, guys. Okay.
Really nice comeback from
2-1.
SKO. He's starting to figure out the matchup against Durand.
Yeah.
Maybe higher up.
Players here. Very exciting. There we go. Right away, he jumps up.
All right, yeah.
Ooh.
All right. It
Good
looks like
defense.
Duranjo's starting to get closer in instead of keeping away.
He knows he doesn't want those shurikens coming out.
Maybe
Oh.
he's trying to play Duranjo as a rush down now, so it's totally different from being a zoner.
Ooh, yeah.
All right, now he's
yeah.
Psychochronic is changing
His style a little bit, yeah. He's using Soki as a shield and the tree bombs, I think. Right there, see tree bombs? Ooh. Okay,
All right, yeah.
very good stuff. Ooh,
So
good,
Psychochronic,
good
if he
standing
needs to, he will
jab.
play a rush down Duranjo, but when he has space like this in time, he will go zoning.
All right, Joe the Condor throwing shurikens, trying to get close. Ooh,
All right,
okay.
but these two, yeah, I mean, their health is looking very close. Oh, no.
Oh, my goodness.
Even 2 hits from that is tons of damage from Duranjo.
Oh, okay. You don't want that. Dojo has a lot of red life, though, which is kind of scary if he gets a combo going.
Especially because SKO is not close to
a burst yeah.
meter.
He needs one more meter. Ooh, okay, he's doing well, too. He wants Joe the Condor to heal. Oh, wait! Oh, no!
Oh,
Soki's coming
no!
out. He has the double charge.
It killed
Joe the Condor
Joe
is
the
dead.
Condor. And
Oh.
heavy damage on
And the chip on the
Ryu.
ball. Oh, my goodness.
That-
Oh, here we go.
Okay. Let's
Okay,
see some
here we
Baroque
go.
combos here.
Oh,
All right,
he-
that's pretty good damage
Yeah,
onto it.
40.
40 bail to
Okay.
most of Soki's life.
Oh, good match, guys.
SKO did a really well job.
Yeah, I think he could have added maybe.
All right, so that's the first match of my top 8. We're going to watch all 3 of them. So this is my match against Tronzilla.
Last year, this is
Oh,
my
last
first
year?
time actually seeing it.
No way. Soki. All right, they're getting into it.
All right. So because Tronzilla knows that Duranjo's a good zoner, He's probably just gonna rush in, try to like push her out of it. Yeah, that's what he's doing. Okay. I guess it's a good adjustment, just because you know Durango can't really do much if someone's too close to her.
Good block on that Morgan assist. Morgan off screen throwing soul fists. Yeah. Both of them trying to feel each other out.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, nice conversion from the assist.
Yeah. Psychochronic knows the damage Blade can do, so he doesn't want any of that.
Oh, tries to go for a Baroque continue combo, but
Oh,
nice conversion from the air heavy. Yeah.
Ooh. Oh. Oh wow, gets the hit.
Oh yeah, that boulder can act as an OTG as well.
That's really good. Okay. Psychochronic still sticking with Durango.
Oh no.
Okay. Alright. Thanks. Okay. Morgan coming in.
So
good switch.
That level 1, that Morgan, the missiles, it's very instant. So if you try to run in at her and she does that super, it automatically hits you out.
Oh, Soki?
Oh, using
right
actually
away.
gets Morgan.
Yeah, full stream. Really good DHC by Psychochronic. Keeping Durango alive. Coming. Oh. So Morgan's actually a little short.
Nice conversion from Soul Fist. I see that Baroque, yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
So a lot of people use Baroque in their own way. Some people use it to cancel their moves into a confirm, and others use it for blockables. It's
died
really
by
up
the
to
assist. The assist, Durango assist got her. Oh my goodness.
So it's looking a little tough for Tronzilla right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think push block with Soki jab is super good. Okay. T-Blade trying to stay afloat. Durango is healing though, so even if he gets...
Yeah, it's really tough for Tronzilla to get anything started right here. So that is a low hit.
Yes.
And it's pretty fast too, so it's hard for you to see it coming.
Yeah. Round 2. Tronzilla versus Psychochronic. Opens
really
her up.
Nice.
Here we go. Can get a full combo. Oh no! Oh, still gets hit though. He went for the extra extension though.
Oh wow.
Oh wait. Here we go. Oh, wrong super. Okay, he VHCs to safety though, because he would have been really opened up. Oh, Durango beats the Morgan launcher.
That is heavy damage from the Baroque. That took almost like 2/3 of Morgan's life.
True. Okay, here we go. T-Blade with Durango. Oh.
So just like any other game, every character has their own set of lives. Soki is by far one of the few characters with like the most health.
Oh no. Okay, here we go. Ooh. Oh yeah. Okay. the little heart of Durango assist is coming in.
Oh, the heart. Yeah, her taunt actually.
Yeah.
Her taunt does damage.
Tronzilla gets opened up from the low.
Looking. Oh, cross up right there.
Oh, with the super.
That looks it for Tronzilla there. So game 2 goes to Psychochronic.
Okay. Tron's gonna play it. Okay, get back. Definitely a strong player right now. Ooh, here we go. Opens her up.
He does a really good job converting from the Morgan assist.
Here we go.
Oh, doesn't get... It's good damage, but I feel like he still had more left, but just too far away.
Ooh, good move. That's an armor breaking move and a projectile, so that's really good.
Yeah, and it's anti-air, so it's really hard for any Morgan player, actually.
All right, let's see what he does. Oh, okay, Durango's out.
Takes out Durango in 15 game seconds.
Oh, here we go. Oh, goes to level 3. He doesn't like Soki at all.
We hardly see Blades level 3, so this is a real treat.
Let's see if he goes for the follow-up.
Oh, yeah, there is a follow-up. Oh, no, just too slow.
It's okay. It's okay. I'll take this damage too. He still has 2 characters.
Tron will happily take that damage. It gives him Baroque. He still has Burst Meter.
Ooh, okay.
Oh,
we
nice
go.
Baroque
Super.
into level 1.
Ooh,
Again,
this
that
might
level
be
1
it. Oh, it is.
so fast. Finishes the game.
Good job,
This
Tron.
match.
See, if he doesn't get Dronjo going, I think the momentum is really huge in
He
this
had
game.
green. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Dronjo on the move. She knows.
So Psychochronic, also a guy who can adapt from the game. So let's see what he can do different with Duranjo.
Okay. Nice.
No, he's
nice.
still going for this zoning thing.
Ooh. Good job on calling assist.
Yeah,
for
Tronzilla is just trying to use his anti-air move to
There
get
we go.
Duranjo from doing anything.
Oh.
Oh, he hit the
recovered.
minion, so
Yeah.
the ball does not come out.
Oh my goodness, he was like right in the spot, the one spot where the Soki assist doesn't hit, right above him. Oh my goodness, good play by Tron.
Oh, nice assist.
Oh, there
use
we go.
this as bait for
Yeah, as a shield in a sense. Oh wait, oh, still gets it.
Oh wow.
He
See,
hit
that
it up.
launcher is a low as well.
Mm. Oh yeah, it does hit really low. Oh,
The
that move.
armor.
Yeah, that's a 4C, I believe. It's
Yes, burst that
yeah.
Baroque from any more damage.
Oh, I thought the resist would get it. Okay.
Psychochronic seems to be panicking just a little bit.
Oh, okay. Pull that over. Duranjo's here. Oh, gets the combo attention
wow.
with the assist. Okay, Duranjo calling her minions out.
He's going to try playing a zoning game just to be safe,
Oh,
but
even expected that one. The rock was right above her. Okay,
nice,
Morgan.
nice simple combo from Duranjo. Let's see if she could keep Morgan.
Duranjo going for this move. It's really good.
Keeper. Yes.
Still gets
burst
hit.
and gets hit.
Okay, Tron has to come in close.
Interrupt that. Yes. Block.
Oh no.
Waste his Baroque. Oh no.
Oh no. Don't let him do it. Definitely do this move, yeah.
Don't.
Valkyrie turn.
Oh, Valkyrie
Don't
turn.
press the button. Don't
All right,
press the
don't
button.
press the button. Yeah.
Oh, you pressed the button. Oh gosh. Oh no, there's a tree there. Oh no, it works.
Oh!
Oh my god. Okay, 2-2. Tron Silver Psychochronic. I guess the missiles hit the tree?
I guess
So
so.
it didn't
You would
explode.
think the tree explosion would interrupt Morgan, but
Yeah.
guess the missiles canceled out that explosion.
Wow, that was. I think Tron was doing something else. He was doing like an air, like Shadow Blade.
He was doing a Shadow
got
Blade.
lucky. He got lucky.
wasted his Baroque there, which is
I
sad, but he
know.
still won the game.
Yeah.
So we're looking at match point 2-2.
All right. T-Blade going in. Ooh, yeah. Dronjo got a rock out there. Ooh,
Oh,
good
nice
OTG.
OTG.
Yeah. Yeah, Tron's really good about getting the OTGs. Okay, Psychochronic adapting really well. He's not getting hit as much by Blade.
I wouldn't give Duranjo that space because she can bring
Reaching
this
from
back.
afar. Oh, here we
Just
go.
keep interrupting her that way. Get
Good.
a little closer,
Yeah.
maybe.
Good push block. Oh,
Oh, blocking the minion. Oh,
Oh my
full
goodness.
screen hit.
definitely try to get Morgan out.
Yeah, it's dangerous to give Duranjo that space because then that stuff will happen.
Oh, he's going for the OT. Oh, for the GHC.
Until another minion. I wonder if Psychochronic is okay using all his meter like this just to add more stuff.
Oh no!
Oh, a double hit
Defenders
from the
with-
ball.
Oh,
Okay, Psychochronic
an
just like that was
OTG.
worth it. I'm gonna waste my meter just to do all this. Let's
That's
just
what-
see what
yeah.
happens.
Definitely that ball move.
That
Oh my gosh! Good move by Psychochronic.
is Psychochronic.
Utilizing his environment and his supers. Very smart play. Good job to both.
And here a second ago, I was saying, I don't know if he's okay wasting this meter.
Yeah.
But then he's like, let me
I
show you
know.
why I'm using this
I think-
meter.
All right, last match. So I'm facing against the defending champion. If I win this, I go to losers finals. So, all right.
So they definitely do their homework. ruled him. Like, it's fair. It's also Cash, Palmer and Tekken both have a good amount of health, so maybe he's trying to use that.
It's going to be tough for Palmer just because, again, he is a character who needs to be close range for him to do anything.
He has no projectiles. The Tekken Man assist might help him to reach him.
It may help him, yes, with Duranjo in the air.
But he definitely doesn't have that much range, even his normals.
But oh no, gets opened up. And here it comes.
Oh, the
Psychochronic shenanigans again.
Oh my gosh, charges.
Heavy damage.
Yeah.
24 bill. Oh, that grab. So Soki is one of the
Oh.
characters that I find myself irritated by because he has really far range
drops
of
the
a
Baroque
grab.
combo. Oh, is he still going? Oh, super.
Oh, he's taking the assist.
Yeah, he's taking the assist.
Happy birthday.
Oh, and sending it up with Tekken comes back right away. Maybe with like, half health now.
So this isn't like Marvel where your assist takes like tons of damage upon hit. It's still neutral hit or average hit.
Yeah. But it's still worth doing because they're free combos. Okay. Tekken Man has lots of work to do here. Oh, very good. Nice low. Ooh, delays the launch for some reason. Maybe he was expecting a burst.
So Magnum Man having a hard time getting anything started with Tekken Man. Oh, here we go again with Psychochronic. This could kill. Actually, this will
this
kill.
This does take a lot. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
That's a really good setup.
That is a really good setup.
Because you can actually charge that up to three times.
Possibly 3 times, yes.
Okay. All right, here we go. Casher and Volnut. Oh, I think he thought he was going to go under.
Oh, nice start combo from Magnum Man. Oh, gets hit by the explosive tree.
Oh, wait. Good job on Psychochronic getting out of the corner.
Yeah, getting in the corner with this team is not a good idea. Oh, goes for the counter. So that counter lasts for a while.
Yeah. He did whiff over like the jumping heavy, but
and calls him in.
Yeah. So it worked out for him. Oh wait.
And it's a good thing we saw that counter. We hardly see that.
Yeah. So yeah, even if Jojo gets hit before it comes out, it still comes out. Ooh,
oh, nice grab. Oh, the knee armor, but gets interrupted.
Ooh, by the Sophie hit, I guess. Okay, here we go.
So both characters seem close to health. Oh, brings out. Okay, let's see.
Oh.
Is he going to switch out?
To die. Oh, here we go.
Oh, but it still attacked Walnut, even though Magnum Man predicted it.
Oh, Walnut too small. Oh, wait, misses the jab.
All right, here we go.
Oh,
Walnut shenanigans.
Drop the combo.
Oh, okay. What is Magnum Man?
Was he trying to go for unblockable?
I am not sure if he was trying to go to unblockable.
Okay, ready?
But he needs to play it safe. Both his characters are really low on health.
Psychochronic does not have any more burst.
Oh,
still gets hit by the assist. Okay.
Oh, gets grabbed.
Tick throw. Nice move.
All right.
Okay,
so Magnum Man looks like he's having a hard time here, but he could bring this back with Casher. He has a good, decent combo right here.
Okay. Just have to be aware of the range Soki has.
Yeah, Soki has range, and it's scary. Oh! OTG!
Oh, no super!
No super! That would have definitely killed Duranjo.
Oh! What chip! Oh my gosh! I don't know why he saved the super. Maybe, I'm not sure.
Maybe probably
someone would have fell out. I'm not sure.
He probably tried to do the input.
Yeah,
this is some bullshit right here.
Okay, so Alex, he's a Canadian. Wow.
There we go.
Okay, so Alex comes in with big boy damage and big boy defense.
Yeah. Oh.
So Alex's game style, not only does he do heavy damage, but he can actually do grab resets
in the air. And then also, oh my gosh,
wow.
Air throw. He also has an instant overhead with that dive. It's so good.
And the reason why this team is a top 5 team, not only does Alex do heavy damage, but rolls, as this could actually cover him from whiffing any attack.
Yeah, you might see him use that as cover, and it works really well with Alex. Oh, wow, I think that was a cross-up.
Oh, whoa!
Interesting.
That was a weird...
Oh, no Baroque.
Oh, whoa.
Let's see if he switches
Wonder
out.
what's going on here.
Oh.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
gonna save it
taking
for
out Alex. But
uh-oh.
Magnum Man's roll, it's still pretty decent. Oh, nice. Nice grab there. Oh, all right.
Roll's nothing to be messed with, though, as we know.
Roll does a
good throw.
decent job against Soki just because she's really small. And he could actually whip his standing jab from her if she just crouches.
Yeah. Maybe even standing. Oh, wait. Okay.
Nice
Anyone's
grab.
game,
Oh, burst the grab.
Oh, interesting.
Oh,
wait.
here we go. Into level 1. This will kill.
Oh, it will kill. Yeah. My goodness. And you can't even burst that because you're on the ground.
Let us take a moment to appreciate Roll.
2-1. Fighting.
Walking up towards Naruto, showing no mercy. Ooh.
Oh,
look. Oh, let's see if we can do the reset.
Oh,
there it is.
grab.
That's the grab reset.
Oh my gosh.
It is
Naruto at 1/3
Look at her
life.
health. Where did her health go? Where did it go?
Oh my gosh, Naruto's still in. Looking for blood. Oh.
And the reason why is because
Ooh,
Alex has a lot of health.
Shoulder. Here we go. He's going to go for the unblockable.
Unblockable.
So that move's actually unblockable if you charge it up all the way. 17 on Soki. My gosh, incoming. It's okay. Soki does have a lot of life as well, so he's not too damaged.
Like, I personally believe Alex is just broken. we need a...
So, yeah, Alex can actually do a snapback in this game.
Yeah, Alex, besides the Giants, Alex is the only character that can do...
Oh my god! Doesn't even do the reset because he doesn't need to with all that Baroque. Psychochronic knows he didn't even burst that time. We'll see the adjustments on Psychochronic's side. He knows not to touch the ground. Here we go.
Here,
okay.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I would burst that too, but I would have bursted a little earlier.
Yeah, I think... Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, there's the reset.
Still got it. Okay, Drone
This
trouble.
looks really tough for Psychochronic.
He might have to switch out to Soki. I know he doesn't usually switch out his character too much. Unless it's a DHC.
Oh, no.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
There's the...
Oh, crouched
jump.
under.
He
I
might have been
guess.
too
Yeah,
far,
might
or
have
he
been too
just
far.
jumped out right in time.
All right, so Soki. These two heavyweights here.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no.
Oh, level
Level 3. I
3!
think it's over. Oh, he waited. That was dirty.
Was not an accident. That was meant to happen.
Okay, I think that was. I never seen him do that.
I have
setup.
never seen that before.
Well, that's good.
Good shit.
That's good.
Even more reason to be scared of Alex.
I mean, Magno, he might have to stick to this team if he wants to rise up now.
I mean, for the past years, he's been using this team to be first. So.
All right. Aftermath. New standard in the TvC scene as to be played on Dolphin emulator instead of an actual Nintendo Wii due to lack of Wii hardware, played on 1080p HD along with any USB sticks to be used on the emulator. Despite not playing in tournament in over 4 years, just give me 1 to 2 days of practice and some casual sets with the TvC player base, and I can be back in my old fighting self again, adding in a surprise dark horse factor of the tournament, and that can show that you do not underestimate the OG and that I still got it. I think it's safe to say at this point that I'm the best player in Canada for this game, as I felt like I did everything that this sub-community has to offer within 10 years' time, as no other Canadians come close to this. Sorry, but online doesn't count. You have to travel to the US. So yeah. And outro, Finn. Thank you very much for viewing this episode of Rarity Talk Episode 11, my history with Tatsunoko versus Capcom. This clearly shows, hey man, this is my history with the game. I went through some downs and some ups, and I clearly showed that whatever games that my local scene cannot play, I'm good at it. So I've proven to be one of the dark mirrors of this country and have fucking shown it, and this is one of those games. And you You play on what you like. You know, you take on what you can give. You don't have a viable player base. You got no choice but to settle with online, and then whatever competitions that come in, you were willing to take on the challenge. So there you go. So now that we're in the introduction of this, what do I have for next episode? Well, since this episode has now been completed, I don't know what I'm going to release next. I mean, what do I have? My history of CVS2, ST Toronto at next level, 60 hours to Calgary, my experience of CEO or Seasons Beatings or NEC. I don't know what I want to release next. Well, basically, one of these two highlighted is going to be the most likely episode for episode 12. So there you go. Thank you for viewing my video of Rarity Talk, episode 11, My History of Tatsunoko versus Capcom. I hope to see you when I see you. Enjoy the weather. Don't get COVID. And, well, that's it. Thank you very much for viewing.